This is a Cincy fan talking with LP. You can catch me on Twitter. That's a Cincy fan talking. You say it like it sounds, just leave off the G. If you have ideas for the show, you can reach me at Cincy_fan talk at yahoo.com. If you have any suggestions for the show, make sure you leave them there. Who knows, you might find yourself as part of the show. Any feedback would be definitely appreciated. And also, make sure you hit the Linktree page that's on my Twitter. Make sure you click on that. You can find all the different ways to contact me there. Enjoy the show. What's going on, y'all? Welcome to another episode of a Cincy fan talking with LP. And of course, this is LP. Welcome back. Appreciate y'all coming through and giving me your ears for another, I don't know, as long as it takes to let me get this off my chest and off my brain. Appreciate you letting me do this for this time period. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. As always, make sure you click through the link tree, click on those causes that best suits you. If you can't donate, make sure you share them out. Sharing them out is always good because if you can't donate, somebody else can. So appreciate you doing that. Um, got some stuff to say. Appreciate you letting me say it, as always. So, and we'll go ahead and start off with the Bengals. Um, Got to do that because it's just been crazy watching what's happened since Sunday, and it's wild because you can just feel that goodwill that Zach Taylor and the boys built up. You can feel that goodwill just slipping away. You can feel it. You can see it happening. You know, all that good harmony that happened with the great draft and them picking up that great all those good defensive players. You can just feel it sliding away from the losses, and not just the losses, but the way they're losing. The poor offensive line play, and the poor defense in spots, and the lackluster play from AJ Green in spots, and it's I wouldn't say lackluster play from AJ Green. I would say he's being underutilized. I mean, what more can you say? He's not being utilized to his full potential, and he's getting upset about that. I feel like a lot of players aren't being used to their max potential, and they're getting upset about that. They're feeling like they're not part of the plan. And of course, if you feel like you're not part of the plan where you are, you're going to be a little upset, especially if the place that you're not part of the plan of isn't faring too well. You feel like you can make it better. There's nothing wrong with that. However, when you're out there and they're still not doing better, people tend to look like they're not doing well when you're out there anyway, so what's the point? And I feel like this is happening with Cincinnati. This is happening with the Bengals. Since all that goodwill is slipping away, everybody's looking, they're pointing the fingers. When you're with a winning franchise, when you're with a winning state of mind, fingers don't get pointed. Everybody's looking like, what can I do to fix it? What can I do to make it better? That's what happens when you've been winning for a while and then you start losing. That's what it was like here in the beginning when things weren't going well. But now it's like the Bengals are losing. So who's going to take the blame? That's what happens in losing franchises, which is what it is here right now. As a Bengals fan, I hate to say it, but right now we're part of a losing franchise. So everybody wants to point the finger and they want to make for damn sure that they're not to blame. It's not me, it's somebody else. It's somebody else. That's what's happening right now. And I hate to say it, but in order to change the mind state, You have to change the personnel. And that's not a knock on anybody that's here. There are really, really great players that are here. But in order to change the culture, which is what Zach Taylor's always talking about, in order to change the culture, you have to change the personnel. I mean, it makes perfect sense when you think about it. Why do you think when you get to like when a CEO takes over a company, they clean house? It's not because they don't think the people can do the job. They want things done their way. And in order to get things done their way, they want their people to enact, wait for it, their culture. You can't run your culture with other people's people. It doesn't make sense, which is why you see what's happening with the Bengals right now. Zach Taylor's trying to run his culture with other people's players. It's not going to work. It's just not. Like, Zach Taylor's core right now is Marvin Lewis players. It's not going to work. So, of course, he's having trouble instituting what he wants to do because he's trying to bend his culture to other players' will. And it really doesn't make sense, especially considering the fact that this is his first head coaching job. It's gonna be a little tough. It's not gonna work out the way that he wants it to. He's always talking, culture this, culture that. But when you look at this from a business standpoint, businesses run, you know what? Don't even look at it from a business standpoint. Just take a like minded franchise. Take somebody like, I don't know, the Steelers. The faces change all of the time, but the general, not personnel, but the general culture remains the same. The way they run things remains exactly the same because they're not bending the players to the culture. Like they're not doing it that way. Like it's not happening that way. They're not going like, "Hey, look, we're gonna take this coach and we're gonna go ahead and try to make this coach bend all of these players at one time to what we're doing." It's already there. It's already done. It's done for him when he gets there. The entire organizational structure is set. But in Cincinnati, it's not set that way. The coach has to come in from scratch and do it all. So what Marvin Lewis did was it was absolutely remarkable. And he's not going to get a lot of credit for what he did. He instituted a culture. Like he put a face on what the Bengals did. He actually made a Bengals way for a while. He got players from within. He built those players up and made them, stronger players, better players. And he couldn't get to the next step. He had a whole lot of chances to get there and he couldn't get there. At some point you gotta cut ties. Not advocating for Marvin Lewis to come back. So now, starting fresh. Starting fresh with Zach Taylor. But Zach Taylor literally started from scratch. He didn't pick up any of Marvin Lewis tactics or anything. That's a huge mistake. At some point, you have to build upon something. There has to be a way. Like there has to be some type of Bengal way. You have to build upon what's already there. You can't just scrap the entire thing. And I feel like that's what, when I say the Bengals, I put the fans there too. I feel like we let this happen. Like, we have to have some type of legacy. There has to be some type of building blocks there, and there's not. So the whole thing got scrapped, and now we're just trying to build again. But now we can't. So now there's infighting, and now players are like, I'm not getting used correctly, and this isn't happening, and that isn't happening. And you can feel one side of the team pulling on the other side of the team, and now it's 1-4-1, and you can see 1-5-1 coming, and it's really gonna set the whole franchise 4 or 5 years back. That's what's gonna happen. But if you look at certain franchises, they build upon themselves. And 1 or 2 bad years are really just looked at as 1 or 2 bad years. It's okay. That's what it's seen as. Small bumps in the road. We'll fix them. We'll get back to where we were. And I think as a Bengals fan, that's the part that's frustrating. I feel like we're in a Groundhog's Day cycle where we're in a hamster wheel of 4-12, 5-11, 3-13, 4-12, 3-13, 5-11. I feel like that's where we are, and we had a chance for something special if we would have let not Marvin Lewis, but the system just run its course. I feel like we would have been fine, but we are so starved to win a playoff game and a Super Bowl that we didn't realize we were so close to building something special. It was right there, but we decided to just wreck the entire thing. Like, forget it. And now we're starting from ground zero. And when I say ground zero, I mean ground zero from a culture standpoint. Like, look at where we are right now. Like, at this moment. Like, the infighting within the team and all of that stuff. I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous. It shouldn't be happening. Um, One thing that shouldn't be happening as well, when players speak out, you can't have people in the media saying weird stuff like, this was a waste of time. Why are we listening to this person talking? That's weird to me. We're listening to people on the team letting out their frustrations because they're frustrated. Like, this is, I mean, Carlos Dunlap had something to say and he wanted to get it off his chest. Perhaps this will help the culture of the team. I mean, I don't know if it was the best form for him to use, but for people to go on Twitter and attack him for saying it, I mean, it just makes the Bengals franchise, the Bengals fan base, look even more toxic. Honestly, I mean, he's saying like stuff about his mental health, and you have people saying things like this was a waste of time to hear. That's ridiculous to me anyway. This is it's just weird for people to come at him like that. I mean, I've used my podcast to say things like this all of the time. We really need to start looking at athletes as, I don't know, human beings. Like, they really have things to say. Like, they're talking about their mental health, their physical health, their well-being, and for other people to come out and belittle them and say stuff like it was a waste of time for him to say how he feels, kind of weird. Sure, he maybe didn't have to vent it out in public, but he did. So since he did, I mean, you're free to express your opinion about it, but for you to say it was a waste of time, like, whose? Maybe don't listen to it. Find something else to do. I mean, I don't know. That was just kind of weird to me. But Bengals got another game against Cleveland. Maybe they use this to get everything out. It was some weird play calling. Gotta say that. You gotta learn how to win. I mean, really, the best way to learn how to win is to take lumps like these, as messed up as they are, and just get through them. I'm really not the one to advocate for the firing of Zach Taylor right now at this moment. It just doesn't make sense right now. I mean, right now in year two, you're taking a lot of lumps that are absolutely positively expected. But to fire your coach right now, it just sets you back even more. Like, what sense does it make? You have a rookie QB. You're operating with a core group of players that are mainly not the head coaches, and we're talking about firing the head coach. Really doesn't make much sense at this moment. You might want to evaluate at the end of year two. For me, it would be at the end of year three. I would like to see what happens at the end of year three when we have three full draft cycles. We can see how these rookie classes develop, and we can see what he does through this adversity. We can see if there's real progress. But I mean, just such knee jerk reactions. It's just absolutely weird. But I mean, we are talking about America's game. I mean, only in America could fan bases just absolutely want your hide after a year plus. When 6 weeks ago it was like, hey, things are great. Now all of a sudden it was like, get them out of here. I mean, this is football, so I mean it's not unexpected that a franchise fan base will feel like this. So I mean, don't be surprised, Zach Taylor. I mean, I can't say it's not what you signed up for, but Bengals, keep your head up out there. Just keep doing your thing. Gotta hold on the leads. You got to. 21-0. Gotta learn how to win those. I mean, you do. But I mean, if you ask a Bengal, they'll tell you. They'll tell you exactly what I just said. I mean, you're not telling the Bengals anything they don't know. I mean, they know it. We all know it. So up and at them next week. Cincy fan talking with LP. We'll be right back. And welcome back to the show. Before we keep it pushing, I wanted to let y'all know to check out the Core Extra podcast. They got a new episode out called The Attic. They want to know, do werewolves exist? Um, I don't know if I want to find out for real, but I do want to find out on their podcast. So they're gonna try to answer that question once and for all. So make sure y'all check them out on their podcast. I went ahead and dropped the link tree, and I dropped their Twitter. So that's at core underscore extra. That's core underscore XTRA. And I went ahead and dropped that on my Twitter page as well. So make sure y'all go ahead and check that out. Y'all definitely find them interesting. They travel, talk about paranormal stuff. They do entertainment. Real cool guys out of Cincinnati. So make sure y'all check them out. Y'all definitely like them. So make sure you give them a listen. Look, man, time is scary. Like, time is great. It's cool to be able to look forward to the weekend, or me as a teacher be able to look forward to the summer. Like, it is awesome. Like, time is great. But then you kind of look at it, and then you go, like, you think about how scary time really is. Like, you think about how your 7-year-old in 10 years to be 17. And then you think about how in 10 years your 13-year-old to be 23. Like, or how like your 19-year-old in 10 years to be 29. Like, or how you 40 and then in 20 years you'll be 60. Like, time is scary. when you really think about it. I mean, I remember being 13 and thinking how when I turned 30, I'd be like the oldest person in the entire universe. I remember thinking that vividly when I was 13. Like I remember having discussions with my friends, like, dude, man, when you turn 25, man, you're gonna have gray hair. Man, I'm gonna see you in your walker. Like I remember thinking this. And I remember thinking when I was 13 that all of my teachers had to be at least 67. Like they had to be. Like when I was 13, anybody that wasn't 19 was at least 42. I mean, that was just facts. Like that had to be it. And then I remember thinking when I was 18 that I was a real live grown man. Like you couldn't tell me shit. Like when I was 18, I was the grownest of the grown man. Like and I would be a grown 18-year-old forever and I would never ever get old. I vividly remember thinking this as well. I'm like, I am invincible, Mr. 18-year-old. Um, I wasn't naive because like I had seen enough happen to know that like invincible was not invincible. Like I knew this, but at the same time, I felt I was good. This was 18. And then when I hit 30, I was like, dang, like kind of sort of getting up there. It's just strange how like life changes perspective at at different ages. It's all weird. So now I look at the kids in class that I teach, and it's just so weird hearing them say the things that I used to say, and I'm always honest, like with myself and with them. I'm always honest. I tell them like, look, I said exactly what you said when I was your age. Like, I know what you're thinking right now. Like, you think I'm at least 74 years old. Like, I know this for a fact. And like, you got to understand, like, the stuff that you're like doing, the stuff like this will change. Like, no, 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 no. I'm like, look, like it's okay. I get it. It's just so strange. Like what time does. Not just to like your way of thinking, but just to honestly to everything. Like thinking, like the way you look at family, the way you look at life. Time is an absolute monster, and it's just weird because with time, it's like nothing changes. That's the weird thing. It's like I feel like nothing changed around me at all. And then I woke up one morning and everything was different. I have no clue if that makes sense, but it makes perfect sense. I'll give you an example. Like one day, 10 years ago, like you wake up one morning, or I woke up one morning, and you know, everything was normal. Like everything was cool. Everything was, it didn't look like anything was out of the ordinary. You know, felt like everything was all good. You got your kids. They're just kind of running around or whatever, just doing their thing. It's all good. Um, and I distinctly remember going like looking at my daughter. I distinctly remember looking at her. She was age 9, like looking at her and going like, one day you guys will be in college, because it was, I was like, one day you guys will be in college, and they laughed and they just kind of went about their business. That was 10 years ago, and I woke up this morning and I remembered having that conversation. Like it just popped up in my head. it was like right there. It was like the oddest thing to just wake up and remember that conversation. And they are not here. They are in college. It's strange, but that's it. It felt like that conversation happened yesterday. It's strange. Like one day just follows the next day, just follows the next day. Like the days just go just like that. And some days are harder than others. Some days go real fast. Some days go super slow. You'll have days where you can't get out of a meeting and that day won't end. You'll have some days that are just super fun. You'll be in a vacation or something like that and it'll go super fast. And then some days will be just days. You'll forget that a day is a Monday or a day is a Thursday. It'll just be a day. But that 24 hours ago, just like that, just like that, just like that. And next thing you know, you wake up and 10 years pass. And it's gone. And like, you can't get it back. In some cases, like, you don't want it back. Like, because those are memories that you're happy you made. And then in some cases, you want it back because sometimes you lost somebody, you know? It's those 10 years are things you really need back because, you know, there are some people along the way that you would really like back in those 10 years, or there's some places you really wish you would have went or something like that. So, I mean, life is strange and awesome and horrible and perfect and disgusting and, and beautiful. It's all of those things, but life is good. I always say that. It really is. So, I mean, we just got to make the most of it because that's really all we can do. I mean, that's all we can do. Even in a pandemic, that's all we can do is make the most of it and realize that no matter what we do, time is going to keep moving. Like time will keep ticking. That's a constant. So life is time, and time is what you make it. So we just got to get out here and make it. Even in a pandemic, do what you can to try to make it a little bit enjoyable every day. Get your work done as fast as you can, because I don't think we were meant to just do work as hard as we can. Because somebody else will do it when we gone. So nobody will be here to have fun for us when we leave. So make sure you get that done too. Um, I'm out for this week. Hey, make sure y'all live it up. I'll make sure to catch y'all next Tuesday. As always, y'all, life is good. Y'all be easy. Peace out. If you're not ready for the conversation to end, I'm not either. Make sure to catch me on Twitter. That's the Cincy Fan Talking. Leave off the G at the end of it, and we can keep the conversation going. Also, don't be afraid to hit that subscribe button so you can catch the next episodes. The episodes will drop every Tuesday. If there's a change in that, I'll make sure to let you know. Appreciate the support. As always, life is good.